Hello everyone. Today I am excited to share my project Smartphone FAQ Chatbot project. Project introduction. The project is a web-based chatbot designed specifically to answer common smartphone questions like everything from specifications to troubleshooting tips. The purpose of the project is to give the user fast, accurate answers without making them examine through long manuals. To demonstrate how natural language processing can deliver a smooth conversational user experience. The benefit is instant friendly responses whenever we need them. Now next we will look upon technologies and dependencies. First is Streamlit. This library lets us build an interactive web interface in pure Python. With just few lines of code, we have buttons, text inputs and styling. No requirement of HTML or JavaScript. Second is NLTK. NLTK is Natural Language Toolkit, which is used for breaking the text into words, removing common stop words, and stemming each word down to its root. This makes the chatbot understand different forms of the same word. Next, scikit-learn. Its TF-IDF vectorizer turns words into numbers based on how important they are. Then we use cosine similarity to match a user's question to the best FAQ. The next is Pillow. The Pillow handles the background image. It loads, resizes and displays the picture so the app looks polished. Next is data preparation. Data is everything. We store all our questions and answer pairs in a simple JSON file called faqs.json. To guard against download failures, we also include a built-in list of stop words, which are common words like the, and, etc. The app workflow is like downloads the NLTK pre-trained model and stop words from the datasets. Then load the JSON into the memory, splitting it into parallel list of questions and answers. This ensures the chatbot is ready to process query immediately. Then the next is text pre-processing. When the user types a question, we apply the same cleaning steps to both their input and our stored FAQs. Then the first is lower casing. So it converts all the text to lower cases for uniformity. Next is tokenization. We split the sentence into individual tokens or words. The next is stop word removal. Words like is, on, the, gets dropped. They do not carry meaning. Alphanumeric filter. We drop out punctuations and specific symbols. The next is stemming. We reduce each word to its root form. These steps normalize the text and focus on the words that matter. The next is vectorization and similarity. After cleaning, we turn text into numbers with TF-IDF. We fit the vectorizer on all the FAQ questions to learn which words are most important. We transform the user's clean question into the same numerical space. Then cosine similarity measures how closely the user's vector align with the each FAQ vector. The FAQ with the highest score above zero point 0.5 gets selected as the answer. If no score clears that threshold, we ask the user to rephrase the query. Then the next is Streamlit app design. Here's how the app looks and feels. We set the page title to smartphone FAQ chatbot and add a phone icon. We place a dark background image of a smartphone, resized neatly using Pillow. Centered white headings welcome the user. Then below a single line text box invites enter your question. When the user presses enter, our backend logic runs and the bot's reply appears immediately below. This design ensures clarity and focus. Then here are some project output screenshots. In this screenshot, as we can see, the user will type the query in this text box and the bot will give the answer. The next we will discuss results and real world use cases and growth scope. Accuracy. In our test, the chatbot correctly answers about 9 out of 10 clearly phrased questions. Each response takes seconds to answer. If no FAQ matches well, the bot asks the user to try again. From a user perspective, it's clean, distraction-free, and works smoothly on any platform. The real-world use cases and growth scope. First is e-commerce support. Automate answers on product shipping and return queries, cuts cost and free human agents for complex issues. Second is vertical expansion. Swap the FAQ file to cover any industry like home appliances, cars, financial services, and instantly serve new markets. Multilingual support. Load, translate FAQs and language models to reach global audience seamlessly. Voice interfaces. Integrate with Alexa or Google Assistant for hands-free conversational help. The next is AI analytics. Track which questions go unanswered to spot gaps in documentation and guide new content. Thank you.